What's up everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some great topics for you guys, but before we get into that, please make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe if you are someone new, as I drop daily gaming videos and live streams 6 days out of the week. And also make sure you hit that notification bell to get my videos first. Now let's go ahead and jump right into this, because I've got a big, or potentially big, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 update for you guys when it comes down to it, because you can kind of track these things a little bit when it comes down to the music of the games. That's kind of how we tracked a little bit of things with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, although Nintendo did announce, hey, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is coming at this point, and it was afterwards that we started tracking Yasunori Mitsuda and what was going on with him. But I do think that since Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is a little bit of a different beast, a different animal, this should be the big Xenoblade game made specifically for the Nintendo Switch with the main team, based on the rumors that we've heard so far, based on the information that is out there and what I've heard as well. I do think that they are handling things a little bit differently, especially in COVID time, which you are going to see. He is wearing a mask with Mr. Yasunori Mitsuda here as well. So let's go ahead and get into this. So shout outs to my dude Stealth, always out there on the prowl for different information when it comes to all of the cool Japanese titles and other games as well. And here's what he had to say on Twitter. Yasunori Mitsuda recorded with Ayuna, who did a few tracks for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Are they working on Xenoblade Chronicles 3? We don't know, but there is certainly a lot of musical activity with the people involved in Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So that would lead many to believe, myself included, that they are working on Xenoblade Chronicles 3 or something with Monolith Soft, and everything points to Xenoblade Chronicles 3 at this point. So that definitely tells me that there is something going on here. Now, if you don't know about the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 rumors that are kind of going around, it was Imran Khan just a bit ago, and then you combine that with some of the stuff that Yasunori Mitsuda had to say early in the year, blurring out certain character type of artwork and stuff like that, and it was really similar to what went on with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and what was going down when that game was prepping for release in 2017. So usually what happens is they use the music, or they compose the music at the end, because you want to have all the battle scenes, you want to have all the different set pieces, everything needs to be laid out for the game, so then they can look at that and say, okay, here's the tone, here's the style, here's what we need to do. So yeah, that's why the music is kind of ramping up here. Yasunori Mitsuda has made multiple posts now this year talking about doing a big project and kind of getting into certain things, and now that you have people that have worked on Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2, I mean, that would only lead many to believe that it's a Monolith Soft and Xenoblade related project at this point. But I'm excited to see what comes of this. I think that Nintendo will announce Xenoblade Chronicles 3 sometime this year. There'll be a teaser for it, there'll be a trailer. I think that the Nintendo Direct that's supposedly going down this September, okay, so pretty soon here, supposedly rumored there's a Nintendo Direct, Nintendo could announce Xenoblade Chronicles 3 there, or they could wait and they could have a deal with the Game Awards with Jeff Keighley and have Xenoblade Chronicles 3 announced there. We've seen RPGs and big Nintendo announcements at the Game Awards. Bayonetta 3 was originally announced there. Also stuff like Bravely Default 2 was also announced at the Game Awards as well. I think stuff like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 was announced at the Game Awards. So it's not like the Game Awards is any slouch to big Nintendo announcements. And also Joker from Super Smash Bros., right? So there's been plenty of content to come from there. So maybe we see it at a Nintendo Direct. Maybe they wait and they kind of get it prepped a bit more for the Game Awards. But either way, I'm excited to see what comes of this. I'm excited to see what Monolith Soft has been working on, because it's been too long since my last brand new Monolith Soft fix. So what are your thoughts on this when it comes to Yasunori Mitsuda and the possibilities of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 music compositions being completed for the game? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here. This is something that I'm very excited to discuss when it comes down to it. And to be honest, I haven't talked about it in quite some time, but Platinum Games kind of reminded me that, hey, you need to talk about this and you need to play this game more, because it's just freaking awesome. But anyway, the second anniversary of Astral Chain just passed, and Platinum Games had the opportunity on Twitter to say, happy second anniversary to Astral Chain, massage your neurons and refresh your memories of the game with the announcement trailer. And yeah, this trailer absolutely blew me away when I first watched it back at the February or so Nintendo Direct. I know it was like a 2019 early Nintendo Direct, and it just blew me away. Like, it was such a cool and unique design, such cool characters, and the gameplay was just extremely top-notch. The world was very detailed, the side quests were good, the content was good. The game was a top-notch AAA, whatever the heck you want to call it, Nintendo game, and it's so refreshing to get something like that, right? We have Devil May Cry, we have stuff like Bayonetta, we have God of War, we have so many good action games, but to see some type of like future punk infused Ghost in a Shell Platinum Games type of game just absolutely blew me away. I knew from the very beginning that this was going to be a franchise to be reckoned with. I knew this was going to be extremely high quality game. I just had to look at that gameplay, and it even surpassed what I even thought, which brings me into the next thing here, and that is Astral Chain 2. You know it's being worked on, you know they're talking about it, you know Tura-san wants to continue with it, because the work that they did, they can take that engine, they can take that gameplay, they can take it and they can bring it to new heights. I mean, you have the different legions that you can use, you can add more legions in, you can put in different types of attacks, you can expand the multiplayer aspects of the game. There's so many different areas that they can go in. They can expand the story of there. It can pretty much go anywhere after you beat the game and everything. So there's just so many things that they can do with this. And personally for me, what I'd like to see with Astral Chain 2, and then I'll get into when I think we could see it. So I would like to see, like I said, more legions. I think that if you increase the count, maybe double it, so up to 10 different legions, and then you can swap loadouts between missions, or even like at certain points in a mission, you can swap between that, so you can have like 5 at a time per that you're in a mission. That would be fantastic. And I also feel like the motorcycle sections, it'd be great if they could bring those back, but then also make those a little bit more involved, because I had fun during the motorcycle sections. Like, the opening intro was absolutely fantastic. It just feels so good to play, but it would have been great if there was a few more of those, or at least some extra side missions thrown into there with that. So I'd love to see them expand that just a bit. I mean, I would like to see them kind of lock in when it comes to the frame rate, bump that up to 60 frames if they can get that going. And I think that Astral Chain 2, along with a more involved and a bit more intricate story when it comes down to things, could be an absolute super mega hit and get it right up there when it comes to like review scores with something like Bayonetta 2, you know. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna ask, okay, well, what's going on with Bayonetta 3, you know, Astral Chain 2, they can't be doing both of them. Well, Platinum Games is pretty big, right? So they can actually take on multiple different projects. But I do feel that Astral Chain 2 would probably be a Nintendo Switch 2 type of game. I don't think we'll see an Astral Chain 2 on the regular default Nintendo Switch in terms of in its time frame. If we do get it, yeah, they might make a Switch version and a Switch 2 version of the game, but I do feel that this game would be like a 2023 or 2024 type of thing. I think they're gonna definitely take their time. I think people don't realize that these games aren't made overnight. Astral Chain, the original game, took multiple years. I think it was 4 years plus to develop, so it took quite some time to make that style of game. And if you want to make a high quality game and an even better sequel, you're going to have to take that extra time. Although they do have the base work down, they do have the characters, they do have some things, so there is a little bit of streamlining there, but at the end of the day, it's still something very difficult. So I don't think we see Astral Chain until after Bayonetta 3. I think Bayonetta 3 is going to be revealed sometime this year. I think they're going to actually re-reveal the game, and I think that it's going to come out sometime next year. So then therefore Astral Chain 2 would be after that, probably on Nintendo's next system. So what are your thoughts when it comes to the anniversary of Astral Chain? What are your memories? And if you haven't played it, you should ask yourself, man, why have I not played this? I need to play this game because it's freaking incredible. So let me know what you guys think about everything that we discussed here with Astral Chain in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, we do have an update on the Resident Evil film, which I don't usually cover films too much. The last time that I talked about one was the Monster Hunter film, but I did discuss it and it looked a little bit weird at first. But I did want to talk about the Resident Evil film that's being shot and some of the new pictures, because they have the internet ablaze a bit now, because some people aren't too happy with the designs of the characters and maybe even who they picked for some of the characters. So Alpha Omega Sin, who's definitely one of the friends of the channel, he's been on the Spawncast over there and I've talked with him multiple times too, so he's a cool dude. But anyway, The Arclay Mountains Twitter page via IGN actually put out some shots for Resident Evil that you guys have been seeing here, and it's got people talking. They are calling it, or at least Alpha Omega Sin called it, Resident Evil Party City Edition. And for those who don't know what that is, Party City is a place where you can go get party supplies, but also for like Halloween dress up. They have all sorts of weird Halloween dress up costumes that emulate, you know, different social media or different types of media or games, and they're never as high quality as the actual, you know, games or actual source material, so people kind of make fun of it a little bit. So that's the reason why he said Resident Evil Party City Edition, because these outfits are looking kind of low quality compared to what you would expect from like the actual source material in terms of how they look, especially with Leon here. Like that jacket and everything, like I don't know about all that, you know, I don't know about that Claire's jacket and stuff. And they actually messed up Lisa Trevor as well, but you know what, it is just the first shots. Maybe they actually end up being better than what they are, who knows. Maybe they end up going in and using some CGI and making things just a bit better as they wrap up with the development and everything. So we don't know, but I just wanted to give you guys those first shots for all my movie buffs out there, people who do enjoy the Resident Evil movies or do enjoy some of the other movies out there when it comes to video games. I mean, I'll probably check this out at some point. I haven't watched all the Resident Evil movies. I've seen some of them and I was not impressed, and people like those movies. But I'm not sure if I'm ever impressed with video game movies at all. You know, they just never really catch my imagination like the actual video games do. So I just never really make the time to go see them. If they're on or if they're like right there, maybe I'll check it out. But I never really go out of my way, like go to the movie theaters or anything like that to see any of these movies that are based off of video games, because it's just like, they never just really capture my attention. But maybe I'll go check this one out. Maybe they're trying a bit more to make it more like the source material. I can see that they're at least trying a bit more than the other Resident Evil movies, so I'll run into it at some point. But what are your thoughts on all the different topics here that we discussed? I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you want to support the channel a bit more, you can also become a member of the channel. There's a link for that in the description below. And also be on the lookout for multiple videos throughout the week, every day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. If you can, share this video. I really do appreciate your support, and we will see you for the next one. Peace.